everyone, it's Kari from sunshineinmypocket.com, and I'm here with this fun set from Scrappy Tails. This is called Sweet Bear, and look at all these adorable images in this set. There are these balloons, and the sentiments fit right inside the balloons. And what this reminded me of was kind of like conversation hearts. So I'm going to make a little conversation heart scene card today. And then I wanted to show you these sweet borders. Now these are long enough to fit on a Slimline card, but they can also fit on an A2 size card or anything that you have in mind. And I wanted to show you what these look like when you cut them out. The funny thing is I ended up not using these on my card today. I will be using them in the future, but I wanted to show you one really cool thing. This is how this first one cuts out. Then there's the second one here. And look at this sweet lacy looking border. I did not cut apart the little extra piece there, so you can leave that on together like that, or if you take your scissors, you can cut them apart just like this, and you can have two pieces. So you would have the lacy piece here and then the bonus piece. I'm calling it the bonus piece. Just like that. Look how cute that is. So as I say, these are long enough to fit a Slimline card if you want them to. And here's the last one. The last one is the most intricate and detailed die, really pretty. It also has a separate piece here if you cut them apart, or if you don't have as long a piece of paper, it'll cut those separately, obviously. So let me show you what this one looks like. Here's this little lacy piece here, and then the bonus piece also right there. So you can use them separately or together. But the cool thing is this cuts out little itty bitty hearts from the center. And so that's what I'm going to be using on my card today. The little hearts, they come from those border dies, and I think they make a really fun addition to this card, but also they can be used for confetti or a shaker card or anything like that. I'm going to start out by stamping the Sweet Bear right onto kind of the center bottom portion of the card panel. This is a regular A2 size card, and I'm going to be using my favorite new black ink. This black ink dries very quickly, it doesn't smear, and it is perfect for Copic coloring. And once I stamp the image, I'm going to stamp it once again on some masking paper and then just cut that out. I'm going to cut this, just fussy cut it, and here with the magic of television or video, I should say, this is all cut out, ready to place right on top of that bear. So now he is masked off. So anytime we stamp, we're not going to stamp over the top of him. And now I'm going to take a balloon from this same set and place that right on top. And every time after I stamp an image, I'm going to also create a mask for it. So I'm just kind of laying out how I want this balloon bouquet to go. We're going to kind of build a really big balloon bouquet. So it looks like the bear is holding on to this bunch of balloons. Looks like I stamped a little too hard there. You don't need to stamp hard with this ink. It's very juicy and it stamps nice and black. So I stamped it there, and then you see I put a piece of masking paper over the top, re-stamped it, cut that out, and then I'm going to stamp the next balloon. Now for this next one, I cleaned off that first one that we stamped, and I'm able to stamp the larger balloon and the smaller balloon at the same time. So there we go. And now after I stamp those onto the paper, I'm going to just stamp it a little extra right where that masking paper is to make sure to get a good impression there. And now I'm going to put a piece of masking paper in, stamp it again, and cut those out. So every time I'm stamping, I'm also then stamping on a masking paper and cutting it out, putting it on top, and stamping some more until I get this nice big balloon bouquet. So now we're ready to do some inking. I'm going to take some 3M Post-it tape here, and I'm going to put it across the bottom so I can create kind of a table for this bear to be sitting on. And so I'll take a couple of colors of distress ink. This is antique linen, and then I'm going to go over it with vintage photo, and I'm going to make it a little darker just under where the bear is sitting so that it looks like there's a little cast shadow. Then I'll peel that off really carefully so as not to peel off the mask from the bear. And now we're ready to ink the top portion. I'm going to take one of these large ergonomic blending brushes so that I can get the color on very quickly. I love these. They are really easy to use and they do get a lot of color down pretty quickly and smoothly. But you can see I do kind of stamp it off to the right or dab it off to the right onto some scrap paper so that I don't get any harsh lines. And now I'm going to go around the outside with a darker color. I started with the picked raspberry, then I went over it with worn lipstick, and now I'm going in with an even darker color. I think this is fired brick, if I remember correctly, until I get a really nice blended smooth look. So now we're just going to add some more interest by splattering on a little bit of gold paint and also some white paint and pearl paint. And this is going to dry kind of subtle, so it's just going to be a little bit of interest in the background there. While that is drying, I'm going to set that aside and, well, I guess it's dried already. I'm going to go ahead and peel up all that masking paper. So this is my favorite part because you can see this card coming to life right before your eyes. So I'm peeling off the top ones first and then peeling off the ones underneath, and look at how fun this is. Here is our balloon bouquet. Very, very cute. I love it. And now I'll peel off the bear also. So we'll have our sweet card image here. And this is going to be a one-layer card. Now, if you have the dies for these, you can definitely cut them out and build it up that way with foam tape or whatever, but we're making a one-layered card today. To color up the bear, I'm using just two colors, E35 and E31, and I am creating kind of like little squiggly lines so that we give him some texture. I was thinking like Paddington Bear, you know, they have kind of like the curly fur, and so that's what I'm going for here. So I'll go over it with the lighter color, and here I'll hold it up so you can kind of see the texture there. You'll be able to see it a little better later on in the still pictures when I'm finished. So I'm going to do that on all of his fur, and then I'm going to create kind of a corduroy look on his feet and his stomach by just making some lines of these colors. So you'll see that too. This little bear is coming together, and now we're going to go ahead and get started coloring up some of those balloons. The balloons I wanted to be kind of pastel colors. That reminds me of Conversation Hearts so much. And so you're going to see this is kind of light. I'm using very light colors here. So I go down with the lightest color first, and I kind of create white highlights on the tops of the balloons. And then I'll start in with the dark color, and here I am blending it out with the medium, going over those white spots that I left or tried to leave. They end up getting smaller and smaller as I color on, but hopefully you'll be able to tell that I did leave white highlights on all of these balloons, and I left also kind of a white line around the edge of each of the balloon, and I go over that white edge with the lightest color at the end. So here's the purple one. I think you can see the purple one the best. So I'm leaving this one in as well so you can kind of see. I go over it with all the light color, leaving those white highlights at the top. Then I go in with the darkest shade and I just blend that through just like that. Then I blend out with the medium shade and then blend it completely with the lightest shade, trying to leave those white highlights as much as I can. So that's the strategy. That's kind of what I'm going for here. I've already colored up the yellow and the pink and another purple and a green one so that these are going to look pastel and like Valentine's Day. So now I'm picking a few of the sentiments that are going to go on these balloons, kind of laying this out till I get the design that I'm looking for. I do want them to look like conversation hearts. After I made this card, I actually went and bought some conversation hearts so that I would have them for the pictures at the end. You'll see those. And I realized that the words on them are actually kind of like a red color. But I'm here stamping them all in black, which I think works just fine too. So you can see that I stamp a hug me there. The bear is holding an XOXO. That purple one says love is in the air, which I think is appropriate for these balloons. That light peach one says happy Valentine's Day. Then there's a be mine and an I'm yours. So that is the stamping for this card. And now we'll just finish it off here. I'm going to hold it closer so you can see all the texture on that bear, the stamping on those balloons. Don't they remind you of conversation hearts? Now I'm going to take those hearts and I colored them up in red with Copic markers. And I thought it was too distracting to have them up above by all the balloons. So I just put a few here and there, sprinkled along the tabletop where the bear is sitting. And there you go. That is our card for today. It's so super cute. Here's another card I made with this set using the box of chocolates. And I used some foiled paper and that sentiment that says just a little reminder that you are loved. I think this one here would be so cute, colored up as a Mylar balloon. I plan on doing that hopefully soon. So here's a look. I know that I feel like I am loved when I get chocolate. So that was the inspiration for that card. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I've listed all the supplies below if you're interested. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.